Hi everyone, welcome back to Andrew Kids channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make my version of Har Cheong. Har Cheong is a prawn paste fried chicken. So my version is not going to use any eggs, and here's what I'm going to do to marinate the chicken. First, I took 2 pieces of chicken thigh, the boneless chicken thigh, also known as chicken chop. So I cut them into small sizes, bite size, which I'm going to fry them up later. So to marinate, what I do is I put some pepper, so I'm not going to use any salt for this recipe because the Har Cheong is already very salty, but I'm going to use some soy sauce instead. That's about 2 tablespoons soy sauce because there's 2 thighs there, and maybe a tablespoon of Shaoxing wine or Har Cheong wine. It's actually Chinese cooking wine. So this helps remove some smell. That's about 1 tablespoon. And then a bit of sugar. So let's say about 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then I'm using shrimp paste, Har Cheong paste. So I don't like it too pungent because my wife and my kids don't like it too strong of a flavor. So instead of putting 2 tablespoons, I'm just going to put about 3/4 of a tablespoon, like that. So let's mix this all up. Because the chicken are all cut into small pieces, it's quite easy to mix. So to marinate this, it's best you have it overnight. 2 hours also can minimum, but overnight is better, so that all the taste, all the seasoning can go into the chicken. So all mixed up already. Actually, I like to do it during the day, but my children all have online classes. My wife is working from home during the CMCO, so it's a bit noisy. So now they are all asleep. It's about midnight, so I can do my work. I can shoot a video. So all mixed already. You can smell the smell is very good. And last but not least, I'm going to put rice flour. So rice flour is very subjective. How much you put is up to you. I'm going to put just enough to coat the chicken, and rice flour is going to help it get crispy later when you fry it. So agak-agak about 2 tablespoons. Maybe a little bit more. About 2 to 3 tablespoons. Normally if you use egg, right? I notice when you use egg into a batter, when you fry it, it kind of like expand a little bit. So I don't really want this batter to expand. I want it to be crispy. So I'm going to just do about 2 to 3 tablespoons of rice flour. Marinate the whole thing. Let it coat the chicken, and then tomorrow I'm just going to deep fry it. So this is going to go into my fridge, and I'll show you how the end result tomorrow after frying. So everything coated nicely. I like all the marinade to just hug the chicken, and the flour to hug the chicken. So tomorrow when I fry, I have a thin layer of rice flour to crisp up the chicken. So let's give it a stir, and whatever balance on the spoon, you just rub it onto the chicken. cover it up. So this will go into my fridge and I'm going to fry it tomorrow for our lunch. Okay, it's ready to fry. So I've heated up my oil and do a test. Okay, it's bubbling up. That means it's hot and ready. So we're going to fry now. So actually I marinated this overnight. I was supposed to fry it for lunch, but my boys, they ordered a quiche today, so I made quiche for lunch instead of the Har Cheong. So now I'm gonna fry this for dinner lah. So all marinated ready. So 1 hour before frying, I took it out from the fridge to let it come to room temperature. And when it's at room temperature, you can fry already. So one by one, I'm going to put this in. High heat right now. All went into the pot already. So because I'm not doing shallow frying, I'm doing deep frying. So when you put the meat in to fry, you don't touch it first, don't stir it. Let it fry for about 2 or 3 minutes first, and then only you can move it. This is so that the meat they don't stick to each other. Sometimes they already stick a little bit to each other. So if you move it too fast, the batter is not done yet. So you can't separate them easily. You see, this one stuck to each other already. So let it crisp up a little bit, and then only you separate them. So when it crisps up, right, it's easier to separate them when it's already done properly. Okay, so deep frying. I'm going to fry this for approximately, you see, this size, it cook faster, so approximately about 5 to 6 minutes. When it's really golden brown, when you think it's ready, then you can take it out from the frying pan. So at the meantime, you just separate them a little bit and then continue to fry. Okay, now I think it's almost done. You can see the color is really golden brown and nice already, and the smell also, the fragrance is very nice. It smells very yummy. I can smell the prawn paste. My wife and my kids, they don't like the very strong pungent smell. So for this recipe, I only put 1 tablespoon or maybe about 3/4 of a tablespoon. So the smell is not very strong, not very overwhelming. They like it with a light smell, not with a very strong smell. So after, I think overall about 5 to 8 minutes in the very hot oil, I'm using very big fire, and the chicken pieces are all floating already. That means it's done, and the color is right, smell is right, so we are ready to go. So the tip here is not to turn down the fire. Let it continue on high heat, and then I'm going to take all the small pieces out first. These are the 2 big pieces that I saved. This is the one with the bone on and the skin. So I'm going to put that take that last because it's the bigger piece. So let the fire remain big so that you don't change the temperature of the oil. It will continue to be hot, and because you don't change the temperature of the oil, it won't get soggy later. So your crispy fried chicken will actually dry up. See, it will dry up in the tissue paper later, in the paper towel, kitchen towel. So it's still in hot oil. So this paper towel is just to drain the excess oil, and later I'm going to remove it to get the final dish. Okay, all the small pieces first. It's very noisy one. I told my boys I'm videoing, don't make any noise, so they keep quiet. Now I can off the fire, and there you go, Har Cheong ready. Remove the tissue now, and voila, my Har Cheong is ready. And this is the recipe without using egg, and just rice flour and all the other seasoning. So as you can see, without egg, you got the crisps, and I believe egg will make it more fluffier and soggy. So just rice flour alone will work. So happy cooking. Thank you for watching. Bye.